All right, let's talk a wee bit more about ending racial preferences for college admissions. Joining us now is the great Bill Bennett, former Education Secretary, Fox News contributor, and co-author of the Book of Virtues, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year, which the distinguished Mr. Bennett wrote, co-authored with his brilliant wife, Elaine. Have to put that in every single time. Bill Bennett, welcome back. Your quick thoughts right at the top here on this decision by the court.
Well, it's a very important day because up till this day, Larry, we had at these universities the notion that there was a right race and a wrong race. Imagine that. There was a right race to be in America and a wrong race to be in America. Asian American students in high school were being counseled to try to keep their names in low case, show their grades, show their SATs, but not let their names be so prominent. Indian students were told, emphasize the picture and the darkness of your skin, but not your name. What kind of an institution would want someone to do something like that? What kind of a country would tolerate something like that? Not a country that believes all men are created equal and endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, or a country that believes people should be judged by the content of their character and their abilities and not the color of their skin. Important day.
You know, Bill, of course, I agree with you. The idea of this is Ward Connolly writing on the Wall Street Journal. He posted an article this afternoon on the editorial page. He's a friend of mine. I'm sure he's a great friend of yours. Very distinguished man.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, he makes a point about John F. Kennedy. You know, I'm a softie on John F. Kennedy, wrote a book about him. But Kennedy wanted affirmative action, Bill Bennett, to stop racial discrimination, which is an entirely different matter than what the far left has been doing in recent decades.
Yeah, no, we were going backwards. We went forward and then we went backwards. And now we start a new day. The other thing I'd say, as someone who is very concerned with elementary and secondary education, as is Mrs. Bennett, the co-author of the book, and that is this sends the signal to those students. You talked about the beginnings, you know, the starting blocks. Get your work done. Get your homework done. Take these courses. Be challenged in high school. You're not getting in on your race. You're not getting a leg up because of your race. You're going to have to perform. I was a proctor at Harvard, and I had students. I had a black student in my dorm who had advanced placement in everything, math, physics, and calculus. He wanted to change his major after 6 months there from physics and math to African American studies. And I said I wouldn't sign his card. He said, why not? I said, because I'm not going to contribute to your downward mobility. This kid should have been pre-med or on to PhD in physics, whatever. We've got to emphasize to these young people of all colors, it's your mind, it's your brain, it's what you know, it's not what you look like.
You know, so Joe Biden comes
and this at a time, Larry, ironically, you know, good for the court. This is at a time where the culture, especially the woke aspects, is telling us to pay attention to race. Race is everything.
Yeah.
It's all important. It's the single most important thing. The court here is saying it's not important and you will not count it.
Good point. I agree. You're absolutely right. That's how far the left-wing woke has gone. Everything is race-based now. Everything is race-based.
That's right. That's right.
Look, for those of us who want a merit-based society, an equal society, here's Joe Biden today, Bill Bennett, coming out and saying it's not a normal court. All right, he's asked a question by reporters. It's not a normal court. And he's already gone to the, or so he says, to the Education Department, I think, to look for ways to get around that decision. You're a former Secretary of Education. What do you make of that? Why can't Biden just one time say, you know, this court, he talks about democracy, Bill Bennett. The court Justices are there. They were nominated by a president. They went through Senate confirmation, and that is our democracy. Why can't he abide by that?
Yeah, it is part of the way of how we live. I noticed he also said, Larry, this isn't the final word. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's called the Supreme Court. I mean, there may be legislation passed in the future, but when the court speaks, that's it. That's the law of the land.
Bill Bennett, thank you. We appreciate your weighing in on that. It's a good day. You're absolutely right.
We appreciate you,
Very
Larry.
important
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you, Bill.